There's so much sun in my face right now. I can't even. Oh, I'm wearing the lame shirt? No, wait, this is not a lame shirt. It's far from lame. My colleague got it for me. Um, because I am writing a book right now, and it is almost done. I am back. I haven't been gone for too long, thank goodness. And I have been wanting to film another one of these, but why does my brain do this? I don't even know where I was going with that either. I was in Scotland, y'all, starting from March 31st to April 8th. Yes, and I was in Glasgow specifically, and I did a day trip in Edinburgh overnight, and I also went to Loch Lomond, which was really, really nice. A beautiful place. I needed to do a solo trip at this point in my life because I've been through such a journey, and it just felt right. It felt like another stage of learning who I am and my capabilities in this world. And so I'm very glad that I got to be able to do that. We're gonna move forward anyway because I don't want this video to be too long. I think I'm gonna be doing a recent poem. Last video I did say that I was going to do a more positive poem highlighting the beauty of black and brown people. If I can find it, then I will do it. If I can't, then I'll just let it be known that we are amazing as well and that we should never have to question our value because we're a different shade of the rainbow, you know? Before I begin, I brought an adapter to the UK and I thought it was going to work until I realized that the UK has a different adapter than the rest of the European places I've been to. I've been to Madrid and Barcelona, Paris and Lisbon, and that's it. I thought this is what was going to work. No, they had a different plug that looks like this. And my dad gave me a portable charger that has really, really good battery life that I could have used on my adventures out just in case my phone died. And I wasn't able to charge it because for some reason I couldn't plug it into this and have it be charged, which was very strange, but I had to jump through hoops to find these. What do we want? A girl worth fighting for. I think we're gonna share just two for this video. Yeah. I'm hearing things. Now is not the right time to whip out that story, but I'm gonna tell y'all eventually. I was just thinking about that when I heard that noise. I was like, this is a poem that I wrote last year in August. Early August, my cousin got married, which was beautiful. And this is a cousin that I hadn't seen for years before this happened, but the love is still there regardless. When he sent us the invitations in the mail, I was like, oh my goodness, this is happening. Like, wow, I get to finally see him again after all this time. Granted, I feel like we could have seen each other between that time, but life got so busy that it was almost impossible. But that's okay, we were living life on our own terms. The wedding was incredible. The venue was beautiful. It was in Maryland, where I'm from. Me and my entire family got to go, which was really nice. So that's the poem. I wrote a poem about it. Not the wedding itself, but being back in the East in the capacity that I was, because I wasn't able to be there in that way since we had moved away when I was 9. And that was a huge transition. But I'm thankful for all the things that I've gone through being where I'm at now. A lot of it was very tough, but I'm tougher, as are you, in the face of everything, even when it feels like it can eat you. But don't let it. Don't let those mouth. Never mind. I was just a little girl. Me and my siblings and our cousin, we hung out all the time, and his mother also took care of us. She's like a second mother to us, which was lovely being able to see her again, too. Oh my goodness, that was nice. And it's like nothing changed. She was still as quirky as she was when we were little, which allowed for all of us to have our own personalities, which was really necessary. Seeing her as an adult and speaking with her at the age I am now, I'm 22, it was different and it was perfect. I thought of it like I should be seeing her at this time. This is the perfect time to speak with her again and to reconnect because I get to truly have meaningful conversations with her aside from when I could as a kid, because I was just focused on everything else, being wild, and I was insane. And I'm still insane in a good way. Be insane always, healthily. It means that you are who you are and you're allowing yourself to be. Because apparently this world looks at people who are authentic and they try and squash that for some odd reason. Be who you are. You're just fine. Too many. Go away. Be as you should be. As you are. As you are is who you should be. Yes, that is true. But yeah, it was lovely speaking with her again. We had a wonderful conversation, and I wish, even though this is not possible for everyone, for those of you who do long to return home one day, do it when you truly can. When you have the time and you have the resources, go back. If you're missing it, it will be so worth it. And who knows, maybe you'll even realize that you outgrew it. I know that feeling may be bittersweet, but it'll just show you how much you've grown as a person, and I hope that you can look at that growth as positive rather than negative. But let's get into this poem. It is titled DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia. Is it common to miss the place from whence you came? The land that held me first always calls to me. I'm not senile. I am but a child snatched from its mother's arms. She is everywhere, but I am tethered to the waves on the eastern shore. They are harsh and cold, but we are bonded in life, and for the rest of my life I will think of them. And the trees, well, the trees are just as childish as me, with an embrace as ancient and warm as the first presence of light. They are everywhere, but on this eastern shore, where the life inland was first abused, they learned best the youth in peace and the age in struggle. Herein lies their beauty, one that pictures can never hold. They have a voice louder than stillness, and these trees that held me first always call to me. I don't need to cross the eastern shore to find them again. I just need my feet upon the land and the tether from my heart to her womb, guiding me back home. I already spoke enough about it, but there is a point in the poem that I read, and as I was reading, I was like, okay, I feel like people aren't going to understand what I mean by that. But on this eastern shore where the life inland was first abused, I was connecting it to the next lines where I say, they learned best the youth in peace and the age in struggle, both being like a juxtaposition of how the land there in the DMV has seen several lifetimes of ugliness that I talked about in my past videos, and because of that has learned to be playful. That's how the land over there feels to me. It feels ancient and young at the same time, and I thought of the reason being that because it's seen so much, and it's a different feeling than where I am now. There's something in the land over there that even if it wasn't my home, it feels like home anyways. It's just vibrant. It's subtropical, and so there's a lot of vines, and it rains a lot, and when it rains, it rains. When it rains, it pours. You know what I'm saying? And because of it being subtropical, there's so much life stemming from that. There's like lizards down there, there's a bunch of swamps. Anyways, moving forth. I'm getting away from the point of this entire video, so. This is called stargazing. How do you do it? Dazzle me without even trying, without even a glance in my direction, unaware that I am gazing at stars when they twinkle because I love to witness the appearance of light. Oh, how it makes me cry to know that you haven't faded, like the ones who never made it past the blanket of night, who lost the feeling of sun long before he left their sight. I like you better this way, when you've forgotten the ghost that chases your joy away, and act purely on the echoes in your heart. They are the essence of you. Alas, you haven't faded, my dear. You are still very much here. For that is why I cry, and for the lost souls who seldom felt alive, and to those who never got to say goodbye. Let me gaze at the stars before they burn away, with the hope that time will be patient for me, or the assurance that they never shall. I didn't date that one, but I was on the plane. I think I was actually coming back from Japan. I was in the middle lane, the rightmost seat along the aisle, and then the last row was by the windows. And there were these two young people sitting 2 rows ahead of me, and they just looked like they were having so much fun. I think they were looking either at videos together. They looked like they were together, romantically involved. They were either sharing videos or they were sharing writings. I can't remember that part exactly, but I was watching them because I love to people watch like a creep. And I was just like happy in that moment for these two strangers being able to just be happy in their moment. They were in a bubble of their own in this plane where there were so many people. And if I was in their shoes, it would have felt like it was just us, me and my lover. I felt like a spectator on that plane. I felt like I wasn't there physically. I felt like I was just a watcher. And I had decided to watch them specifically. And they were just so beautiful, how they were laughing together. And whatever they were sharing with one another, they were really happy about it. And that made me happy in return. I was like, wow, I feel like I'm stargazing right now. I feel like I'm witnessing the appearance of light. And it's something that is so beautiful. If you really sit and you realize, or not realize, but you become aware of the happiness around you and you just sit and you observe it, it digs a hole in you, a good one, that you get to enjoy in return. And that's why in my past videos I always talk about how hatred is so stupid and how we just choose to love because loving feels so much nicer, which it does. And just being able to look upon people with softness rather than a heart of stone. That's not a heart at all. That's just emptiness. And so I wrote that poem while I was watching them, and I was literally about to cry. Just know that if I come across one of y'all watching this video, I will be watching you like a hawk. But it's not to be creepy, it's because I truly love to watch people in their element. I gained so much from it without having to say a word, without having to do anything. With that, I just want to end with saying, do what makes you happy. Be with who makes you happy, with who brings the happiness out of you, brings your essence out of you, your true essence. Don't be around people who make you feel like a shell of yourself. I know what that's like. That is never easy. You'll feel like a prisoner as long as you're with them, and that is not fun. We are not inmates of life. Life is freedom. Life is unfolding. Life is like looking at flowers as they bloom under the sun. That's what life is supposed to feel like. And I want people to be able to feel and enjoy that, even though there's a lot of people who don't get the privilege of living that kind of life because of other people. I just want to leave with that message. Literally nothing that harms you is worth it. It's not worth it at all. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your energy. It's not worth your life. You shouldn't look back and feel like you lived for someone else or something that you weren't passionate for. That's wasted time. But don't feel like you will never get that time back. You can start now, living a life of happiness by doing what you love, even in the smallest ways. If you're currently in a situation where you feel like you can't make time for all the things that you love, do the little thing and do it inch by inch, and it'll creep its way into your life, and you'll realize, wow, so much has changed since I began doing that thing that I loved, even when I started only by a sliver. But yeah, this video is 42 minutes. I'm gonna end it, and I will see you all later. Let me know your thoughts, as always, if you feel inclined. You don't have to. And try and be kind, though I'm not a booty. I can handle it. And yeah, that's that. Goodbye.